Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Capital Gains Tax Solutions podcast, where we believe most high net worth individuals and those who help them, they struggle with clarifying their capital gains tax deferral options. Not having a clear plan is the enemy, and using a proven tax deferral strategy, such as the deferred sales trust, is an amazing way for you to exit businesses, real estate, cryptocurrency, primary homes, save a failing 1031 exchange so you can create and preserve more wealth, or help your clients, friends, and family do the same. Hey, we're also streaming on expert CRE secrets as well, where we're talking about the top commercial real estate secrets to growing your wealth. Hey, I'm the host, Brett Swartz, and each episode I'm joined by some of the best real estate, financial, wealth, and business minds in the world, where they share their ideas, deal stories, and inspiration. So together we can make complex tax deferral strategies simple and passive income plans achievable. I'm excited about our next guest. He's out of the great state of Virginia, and we're going to be talking about all things building wealth with the CBD vending machines, which is kind of a unique topic. I haven't actually had anyone on to talk about this particular topic, so I think you're going to find it of huge value. Please welcome to the show with me, Marcus Norman. Marcus, how you doing?
Doing well, doing well. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And for our listeners getting to know you for the first time, would you give us a little bit more about your story and your current focus?
Absolutely. So I am a African American male for your audio listeners, hailing all the way from the Caribbean. I found myself here in the continental United States in Virginia via the military, and so I have traveled all over the world because of the military, learning, growing, and honing my craft. And I eventually got out and settled in Virginia. And so over the course of the time from when I got out to now, I have grown and learned and started investing in real estate and doing all the common things, right? Because that's what we do, right? We have to. I had to learn how to adapt when I got out the military because no one was going to pay me. No one was going to pay me without the equivalent of what I was making in the military, and so I had to grow and learn. And I got around some very interesting minds coming from insurance and banking industry and financial industry, and I have a financial background. And I realized smart people invest, and that's what took me down the path of investing. Common things like real estate, but some other uncommon things like CB machines.
Fantastic, Marcus. I believe we've all been given certain gifts in this life, and the gifts have been given to us to be a blessing and help to others. So I want you to go back to maybe the earlier days, and I want you to think about maybe those one or two strengths or gifts that you believe you were given, and how does that help how you help and bless people today?
Absolutely. So some of the gifts that I learned is one of the things that my dad gave me, and I commend all to him, is he gave me the ability to critically think through a problem. And that's what you see a lot of. And so taking a problem, taking a issue and breaking it down to its finest parts. So lack of income, I didn't make enough money. So how could I solve that money? Well, we do the common thing. We exchange time for money, right? But as you get older, as you get wiser, things start to hurt, things start to ache, and you realize you can't do as much as you could in your prime. And so I had to get smarter. I had to figure out a way to divide myself into and make money literally while I sleep. And so that's the famous Berkshire Hathaway quote, is that if you don't figure out a way to make money while you sleep, you will be working until the day you die. And so that's what really set me in motion on the path of investing and investing in things that produce an income, a revenue stream for me outside of my traditional 9 to 5. This body is limited.
Excellent. Fantastic. And by the way, you can find more about Marcus Norman by going to gentlemanstylepodcast.com. That's gentlemanstylepodcast.com. Yeah, I love the way you put that. Critically thinking is so important, and it's fantastic you had a dad to help you think through these things at a young age so that you can do them now. And I love the concept of not having to trade time for dollars, but rather having money work for you while you sleep. So let's dive right into the secret at hand, keeping that in mind, or let's dive right into the topic at hand, keeping that in mind. And let's ask you about the number one secret to building wealth with CBD vending machines. What is it, Marcus? Go ahead.
So the secret to that for me was, what was the trend? What were we going towards? And so this company that I partnered with, I saw what they were doing. I had followed them for a number of years. And how I found them was I found them on Start Engine. Start Engine is an investment platform where you can invest in startups, and buy equity and share prior to the company going out to the masses. And so I found this company and I watched them for several years, and I watched their platform and I watched their development over the course of years before investing. So not only am I a CBD vending machine owner operator, but I also own shares in this company as well. So I'm an investor in this company as well. And so that is how I found them and how I got online with this program. But I saw the trend. I saw what the world was going to, and I saw the shift in the United States that people were moving towards this. It was a slow transition, but when they saw what was happening in California with the economy and the booming, robust economy as far as the CBD marijuana industry, it was only a matter of time before that quickly expanded. And when the farm bill happened, that's what really set me in motion to make my move early, because you want to get early into the game and not later. You don't want to be lagging behind. And so that's how I made that transition. Is I watched what the world was doing. I watched what the world was doing in my own state, in the state of Virginia, right? Right across the street from me is North Carolina. North Carolina is allowed hemp and CBD products. And so it was only a matter of time before it made its way to Virginia. And that's when I made my move.
Okay, so no, secret number one is just listening and being aware of the trends that are going on and studying the marketplace in detail and diving in with maybe it's a secret number two. Or what is secret number two?
Secret number two for me is I tell this to everybody. Understand how you make money, right? As an investor, if you learn nothing else, right? Understand how this company is going to make you money. If you don't understand that concept, you're going to lose money every time. And so I had to figure out how this company, how the company made money that I was about to partner with and invest in. And so numerous email conversations, numerous exchanges. And the beauty of it is they were very vocal about it. And that's a major thing. You want to look at the executives, you want to look at the team and the structure of the business and who all is involved. But you also want to look at the construct and how they make money to make sure they're making money, right? That's the biggest key. And so that's secret number two is understand how this company makes money, right? Don't let them bamboozle you on projections and estimates. How are you making money today? That's secret number two.
Excellent. So how are they making money and make sure they're actually making the money that they say they're making? That makes perfect sense. What's secret number three?
Ha. So secret number three. Okay, you've done the research, you follow the company, you've got the capital, you've gotten the capital, then you make the move. Now, the secret number three for me is understand this was a simple investment for me, because not only did I buy shares into this company, but the company gives you a way to make your money back. So, untraditionally, when you invest in equity in a business, you may not see that money back for several years. So, you have to be prepared to lose that money for some time and lock it up. This company, what finally set in tone for me is they actually give you a way to make money, your investment back through also investing, but also partnering and getting your own CBD vending machine. That was a no brainer. Let's say this company doesn't do well. All right. Again, sticking with what I said. Understand how you make money, but also understanding when should you expect a reasonable return on your investment. And this was a no-brainer, because even though the company isn't on the stock exchange or public yet, they're still doing business, they're still making revenue, several different streams, but understanding how you get your money back. And so that was a simple concept. I invest in equity in this company, but they also give me a vending machines to start making profits today. I can make my money back today. So that's secret number two. Secret
Okay,
number three,
number
forgive
three.
me.
Yeah. Taking action to be able to make your money back by having your own CBD vending machine. By the way, let's talk now right back about what it is, because some people may not even know what CBD vending machine is. So walk us through what it is, what it does, and where people can find a local CBD vending machine near them.
Absolutely. So that is the beauty of this. So CBD is cannabinoids. It's not the actual marijuana, it's the cannabinoids in the product. And so this company not only makes its own products of CBD, but it also allows other people who are in the various states to also put their products as well inside the machine. So CBD vending machines. Everybody understands. I love investing in things that make sense to me and are simple, right? It's not cryptocurrency, it's not Bitcoin, it's CBD vending machine. But this company has not only created the vending machine aspect, but they also invested in the technology. So this vending machine is unique in how it presents itself. So this machine has the ability to check the age of its users. So this is unlike anything else you've seen. They also own the trademarks to this business, and are have the patents filing for this vending machine. So that's what makes it safe. And so understand the inner workings of how this machine works. It's a simple concept invested around the technology of blockchain technology and the patents and the technology to prevent misuse, right? You don't want your minor or a young person or a little girl or a little boy purchasing the products outside this machine. And so that was a simple concept for me to get around. So the blockchain technology also provides the security around the technology and around the CBD products to make sure and track that these are qualified, safe to use products inside the machine being sold every single time.
Excellent. Okay, so this
That's a
is
lot.
a machine. No, that's good. That is proprietary in nature, and they have ways to check ages so that kids aren't misusing it. But let's again break it down for those that are concerned about CBD, what it is, what it's not, right? And what am I? I'm clicking the button. Like, how much does that cost? What's walk us through how we're making the money. What's coming out? You know what I mean? Give us that that literal breakdown of it.
Right. So CBD. So CBD is a product that's expensive. So there's CBD and there's THC. Those are two separate things. CBD and THC. That's the THC is a non-psychedelic active ingredient inside the product, but it has natural benefits to it that help you feel good, right? Provides pain relief, prevents anxiety, prevents other ailments that people commonly feel. If you have sleep deprivation, it can assist with that. So it's not the psychedelics and that's where the health consciousness comes from, right? So that's the THC in the products. Now the company partners with company along with themselves. They also create products that have CBD and THC combined, but they also just have the CBD, and those are just the medicinal benefits to it. So what they have inside the machine, you have bath bombs, you have gummies, you have pre-rolls, you have vapes, right? The more common things, but you also have some uncommon things, right, in that machine as well. That's also going to be dispensed as well. So pre-rolls, which is a joint, it's an actual joint that is already pre-rolled for you. So there's no licking involved, there's no sticking, there's no hot glue, there's no nothing. It's already rolled and ready to light for you. And so you can also expect products like that. You have oils and tinctures and lotions, pet treats, all dispensed at this machine. So we're not talking a $2 bag of chips. We're not talking a bottle of water for $1.50. We're talking 25, 35, 45, 60, $80 price points of products, because these are actual medicinal products being dispensed. So that's a huge difference in price point.
Okay, what do you think the adoption rate is so far? Right. I mean, I remember growing up, and we'd go to the local 7-Eleven, and they had those fake cigarettes that were their gum. That you
Yeah.
remember these things, and you'd pull them out, and it looks like a cigarette, and then you blow it, and like the sugar would come out. It was it was sugar gum, right? And I've never done anything like this before, and have stayed away from all drugs in the past, and yet there's friends and people that I know that are dabbling in the non addictive side of things here, right? So very rookie here is what I'm saying, right? So I hear all this and I go, where would something like this vending machine be? Like the local municipalities, where are these things located? Do you feel like what's this? I feel like there would be like a stigma to this thing, right? But help us maybe dispel some of the biggest myths here, Marcus, is what I'm getting at.
So some of the biggest myths. Some of the biggest myths I want to address is one, this is not going to get you high, right? These products have a low THC count, right? So this is strictly for medicinal use. So it has to be rated about 0.35% of THC is in every product. That is lab tested and verified. The company does not allow anybody to partner with them that is going to mess you up or hasn't been proven. Each product in the machine and the company that sells it, not only do they have it in the vending machines, but they also have the website. So you can purchase either at a local vending machine or on their platform on their website. That's number two. Number three is The company has to provide lab results. The company provides you lab results for each product. So you can see the certification and the testing, because that's another miss along with these products is it safe for use? And so the company provides you the lab results showing you the back because you can buy marijuana from it, right? But how do you know it's safe? And so that's the biggest question is it safe for use? The company provides you the lab to test use because there has been a ratio of high bacteria, mold, and pesticides in in previous CBD products because there's nothing screening them. This company is upfront and transparent with the products that it's dispensing to show you that this has been tested, and here's the most recent lab results showing you the no pesticide count, the no bacteria count. You don't know if the guy who sold you the undercover brother, the guy on the street, made this product in his toilet. That's not safe. And how dare you put that in your body or your skin or in your mouth? This company makes it all plain and simple for you to use. So that's dispelling another big myth. Is it safe for me to use? Absolutely 100%. And we disclose that up front.
Excellent. Good. So it's not going to get you high. And number two, is it safe? Is it safe to use? Looks like it's reputable, transparent companies that are doing the testing and providing you those results. Okay, I got it. So now I guess let's break down the investment itself. So someone has $1 million and they're like, Marcus, I got $1 million. Like, wow, I kind of, I'm kind of into what you're saying here. I want to maybe invest. I want to maybe get my own machine going here. What are the average returns and what's the, time it takes to get everything going?
So time it takes to get everything running. So you have to apply to the company. There's an application process to make sure that it's legal in your state, right? If it's not legal in your state yet, stay tuned, stay connected to the company and partner with them. If it is legal in your state, then there's several different models. I chose the investor model, but that is not the only way to get involved with this company. And so you can also lease a machine and you can lease a machine as well. If you have relationships with local stores or businesses in your own community, right? You can lease a machine, fill it with the products, and then offer it in your local community. But again, there is a screening process that you have to go through, that you submit an application, you submit the location, and then you submit the contract that you pre-negotiated with the local business in that area. And so, but you have to be screened in order to make sure
Got it. So yeah, you got to be
that you can
reputable, right?
allow it in that state.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to be reputable. They want to make sure that they're not just handing these machines out to people that aren't going to be reputable. But
Yeah.
okay, great. So then, what's the investment? Like, someone puts $100,000 in. What's the average cash on cash return? What's the time it takes to get your money back? Walk us through some of those numbers.
So the investment for me, there's no limit to the investment, right? I invested $10,000. But that ceiling doesn't matter, right? That ceiling goes in perpetuity. So that ceiling goes up. At this time, they're not taking any more investors, but you can still contact their customer support. So I'll give you the numbers on what was given to me when I first invested. They have a New York location that's doing extremely well. That machine was generating at least $3,000 to $5,000 per month, right? So what's that mean in cash on cash return? If I invested $10,000, Marcus Norman, that is half my investment in 1 month. So that's already 50% a return on your investment, right? And every market is different, but that is what New York is currently doing, which again, that's what resulted in me pulling the trigger. And that varies, right? Because you have to refill the machine. There's slow periods, there's down periods, but all in all, that's what you're expecting and looking like for that
So why does the
machine.
company need you, Marcus, or need more people? I mean, it seems like that's a no brainer. You just every other week you're putting a new machine up in another corner because it's paying for itself within 2 weeks or 2 months, right? And then you just need the reputable people to make sure that they're managing it. Is that why they're reaching out to people like yourself?
So they didn't reach out to me. I reached out to them, and they utilized me because of my location. But I mean, it helps, right? It helps to have someone locally on the ground, boots on the ground, to refill that machine, right?
Mhm.
Versus going out and hiring some contracting agency to fill the machine. Now you got to pay him a salary. Well, I'm
Mm.
already invested, and I profit share, so I gain the profits from this machine. So why wouldn't I take care of it, right? But for the states that you have a partnership already in that state, why not take advantage of it? So now here's the last point. This is another point I want to make out. The company itself, um, signed a major contract with Simon Property Group. Simon Property Group is one of the second largest commercial real estate shopping mall owners in the United States. And so they already have a contract with Simon Property Group to put a machine in every property available. That's big. And so that's already a major contract. They already won that contract and awarded that contract. And now they're out there filling all those orders for Simon Property Group. It's only a matter of time before one of these machines is already in your own state. Why not own a piece of it?
Cool. No, and this has been fascinating. Building wealth with CBD vending machines with Marcus Norman. You can find him at gentlemansstylepodcast.com. That's gentlemansstylepodcast.com. That being said, Marcus, are you ready for the transition into a little bit of capital gains tax? We're gonna geek out a little bit with tax. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So let's imagine you get 20 of these machines, or you own the big business and you own a bunch of real estate and you have this capital gains tax situation. I'm curious, what's been maybe your biggest frustration that you've seen when it comes to like the 1031 exchange and or when you go to exit a business, not having a clear way to defer the capital gains tax?
Biggest frustration is the transition, right? You have a time crunch. You're limited on time to exit that property and find a new property. That's why when they tell you to do a 1031 exchange, they prompt you and say have the new property or business or investment already lined up, because you're on the clock as soon as you sell that previous property or business. So that's the biggest hurdle, is getting that quick time frame. You got to move. You can't delay it on wasting that time, or you're going to be penalized for those capital gains.
Yeah, we call that the shotgun wedding, right? Get engaged in 45 days, married in 180. And sometimes you're overpaying, right? Our parents taught us to sell high and buy low, not sell high and buy higher 180 days later. That's why we offer the deferred sales trust as an alternative or rescue for a failing 1031 exchange. By the way, works for crypto, business, primary homes, or the 1031 only works for investment real estate. If you want to learn more about this, you go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. That's capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. That being said, Marcus, are you ready for the lightning round?
Yes. Oh,
All
boy.
right. Yeah. Knowing what you know now, if you can go back to your 25-year-old self, what's the one golden nugget and make sure to tell yourself to do?
What would 25 years? I would tell myself invest more.
Simple. That's great. Second question. What's the number one book you've recommended or gifted the most in the past year?
Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I know that's a cop out, but
it's a great book. No, it's a great book. Question 3. What are you most curious about right now?
I'm curious about the economy. I'm curious about the world and where we're heading with all this debt and all these problems. I'm worried about the dollar, the US dollar staying strong.
100%. Given the leadership we have in place too, we're on all kinds of different fronts from all different types of problems. It's like good luck trying to solve these things. It's such a hard place to be in right now. Next question. Number one leadership quote or theme that you strive to live by.
Leave this world better than how you found it.
Beautiful. Last question. After all your success, helping all the people you've helped, how do you stay centered in your values, and how do you stay encouraged to charge forward to reach new heights?
I pray. I always remind myself, what if I died today, what would they write on my tombstone? People never remember what you say. They always remember how you make them feel. And so if you drop dead today, what would they say about you? What would people remember you for? So make sure whatever it is you're doing is positive and good, and it leaves a positive impact, and it makes the world better than how you got it.
Amazing. Marcus Norman, I want to thank you for being on the show. I want to thank you for sharing your wisdom with us, enlighten us with the CBD vending machines. I want to encourage you to keep using your critical thinking skills to help yourself and others create and preserve more wealth. For our listeners who want to get in touch with you, would you remind them one last time what's the best place for them to find you?
Absolutely. I am on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can look by my name, Marcus Norman, or my podcast on Spotify, Audible, LinkedIn, Google, iPhone, and YouTube under Gentleman Style Podcast. Just look for the microphone.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I also thank our listeners for listening to an episode of the Capital Gains Tax Solutions podcast. Also stream on Expert CRE Secrets podcast, where we believe most high net worth individuals and those who help them, they struggle with clarifying their capital gains tax deferral options. Not having a clear plan is the enemy. Using a proven tax deferral strategy, such as the deferred sales trust, and or getting with someone like with Marcus Norman and maybe doing some a side hustle with some CBD vending machines, can be a great way to create and preserve more wealth. Hey, if we can help you at all with the deferred sales trust, we'd love to connect with you. You can go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com, where you can learn and get started on your exit plan. Make sure you have a plan in place before you exit, because you don't want to face that 25 to 50% in capital gains tax and depreciation recapture without one. Again, go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. Also, check out the new book that's coming out soon. It's called Building a Tax Deferred Exit Strategy. And we have people like Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank in the book, and a bunch of other really smart people. Check that out, coming out soon. So appreciate you watching this. Please rate, review, subscribe.